de favela, a bailão é baile de favela.
Hey everybody, welcome back. And when we last left off, Godswin or whatever his name is said that there was this letter, there was this final words to his mother. Now, of course I want to do that mission, but I really want to do this one for Thelma or whatever her name is. Find the person who's spying on. How do I do that? How do I find the person who's spying on it? It says. So I assume it's got to be around here somewhere.
Good evening, and good evening. Goodbye.
No. I don't know anymore. Alright, let's just try and do this. Where is this? Yes. Let's just go to this first. In the name of mercy, they depend on you. Nurses are needed now. Inquire at the nearest appointments office of the Ministry of Labour and National Service, or write to 15 Kingsway, London.
It's here again.
I keep getting lost, even though I've been in this place I'd say at least over 10 times. And of course it loads again. Alright, alright, so this is his house, I'm guessing. Folded letter. My dear mother, when you find this letter, I'll be gone. I want you to know that I don't leave because of you. I thought it was did. I don't leave because of you. I leave this world because of the crushing weight that existence puts upon me. These times are too much for me. Sometimes I feel like Baudelaire's verses have been written as an echo from my own heart. When the low heavy sky weighs like a liquid upon the spirit aching for the light, and all the wide horizon's line is hid by a black day, sadder than any night. It's as beautiful as it is painful. Mother, I can't suffer it anymore. I don't want you to try to convince me, and it would only delay the inevitable, for I would do it again if by any chance you manage to save me once.
In this letter, Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
Choose what to do with Mortimer. Bring the letter back to Mortimer Goswick and give the letter. Well, you know, I am a doctor, and he did tell me that in confidence, so...
It's locked. It's locked.
Well, my guess is that if I give him the letter, he'll be like so grateful and he'll give me the key to that safe, I guess. Fertile is the belly of the beast. Vampires create their foul progeny with blood. We all know that. Some of us witness the process even. What is really going on there? Is it the only way for a vampire to breed? Let's review what we know so far. When willing to create a progeny, a vampire will not bite, but give its blood to drink. Most of the victims die when bitten, but some of them survive and turn to leeches themselves. This only happens when they have assimilated the blood, one way or another. It is not the predator's bite, but its blood that infects the victim who will turn if he or she survives the suffering of the metamorphosis. It also seems that a vampire can breed by having intercourse with the vampire mates to produce a child. Really? Sexual intercourse between vampire and human rarely produce any birth, but some of them tried anyway. A vampire gestation is only a few weeks short, and the pain is almost unbearable for the mother if she is mortal. She will not survive the birth. The vampire comes out of her womb by tearing apart her end. Jesus Christ! If a mother is a blood drinker, it will probably survive and regenerate. The newborn vampire will quickly grow and turn into an adult vampire in only a few months. From the adversary by Kendallstone. Fucking Christ, really? That's fucking dark as fuck. Like, I know, like Blade, you know, the half vampire, his origin story was that his father was a vampire who raped his mother, who was a mortal. And he's a half vampire, so I don't know if he killed his mum or not. Maybe he did. They say in the Blade movie he did, but I don't know the actual proper comic for it, so I wouldn't know. What's this? I swear I saw something fly.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick. I can assure you that nobody read it but me.
Thank you. This is for you, then. For your help. And for your silence.
I think you should talk to your mother. It would be good for both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I'll think about it. Now, please, let me be.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
Despair is a deadly poison I've tasted myself, sir. We're only tempted to drink it because we're terrified by the uncertainty of the next minute.
I know that perfectly, Doctor. For I waited for so long, hoping that the next minute would be less unbearable.
I have to go now, sir. But
Don't waste your time with me.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me...
Alright, but seriously, okay, now that we're here, let's carry on with this investigation. Let's find out who is spying. Okay, I can't think of having those hunters investigate around the hospital. Maybe we should spy on them and protect Thelma Halcraft. Hunters. This is meant to go off and I'm just like so confused with this quest. Like, where the fuck am I meant to go? Seriously. How was that? It's just all lights reflecting. Oh, this. Lead rod, lead plate.
stupid bitch! Murdering bastard!
Damn it. Damn you, stamina. How's this vanishing work? Cool. Survey mission 25th October from Guard of Freewind Command Post to East End Patrols. Object vampire activity. Hospital survey, investigate. 3 days ago, one of our new recruits heard a rumor about the presence of a female vampire hiding in Pembroke Hotel, London East End. All we have is her first name, Thelma. Your mission is to discreetly go there and observe any suspicious behavior concerning said leech. Then report directly back to us and we will decide what action to take. What's that? Alright. Find the look cameras to guard and serious. Does it like tell you on the map like how bad it is or what? Jeez, level 18. Fuck. Forget about me, buddy. What the fuck was that? Get.
Pin him down!
Your blood.
Fuck he's fast! Snap it!
Fucking stamina, man. No, I meant, yeah, tapping A to be able to get that.
I have this thirst for blood.
Oh, God. Yeah, oh. Let's see. Cycle. Upgrade this and the opponent's handle palm. Alright, nice. Increases damage shot by 10%. Alright, upgrade, nice. That's better. Upgrade a weapon with a module.
This is despicable.
Got him. Alright, now where are these? I have no idea where I'm going. Extra ammo will be stored in your stash. Oh really, that's good to know, except when I go to ammo, it's like, when I check my stash, there's practically nothing in there. Oh yeah, they also, I don't know if you heard, but they released a Red Dead Redemption 2. What the pre-order things will be. Some of them will be story mode content, some new weapons, gameplay boosts, and gameplay bonuses, and plus you get apparently you get the special edition or something like that. You get like the world map, like you did in the first game. And one of them, they also come with a box. So yeah, that ought to be good. Well, I was trying to look at these things. No, I meant... Got him. Shit. Okay, of course. I was stuck there, but like I thought I was fully stuck. Petition letter. Mr. Bates must stop. For months, for years maybe, Callaghan Bates has exploited us. Mr. Bates must stop. If we had more money or proper jobs, we would never rent any of these extortionate flats. Mr. Bates must stop. We all know what revolting solution he proposes to the women who can't pay the weekly rent. Mr. Bates must stop. Let's meet him together soon. Demand for an immediate change. Now, what are these acts are you making women do?
Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
Oh, a fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent, but those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking savages, every one of them.
He's gone.
Now with this bloody fever, they're just animals.
You can find safety of sorts in Whitechapel. If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages.
I want to ask him about that. Can I talk to him now?
You had better return to what?
Safety.
I'm mesmerizing you. Exploiting women and that? No, you've gone down. Person. For rent? Die here.
Was I that evil to deserve such punishment? My only regret is that no one will mourn me.
How do you
I have never been loved.
This trick will soon suffer the consequences of your action. Well, that's sick how they come out if he's violating women. How the fuck is it 76? This is some bullshit. I just want to go back to this real quick. These are all the... There's still more people to discover the docks. Oh, I still read in that. I didn't get that.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Six citizens can be healed with appropriate treatment. A healthy citizen helps contribute to raising the health status bar. If the district, if health status of the district they belong to. Yeah, so you know, if he's violating women, then like, obviously I'm gonna be fucking destroying him. You know what I mean? Alright, so... Oh, I want to go back that quest I was supposed to do. Citizen quest. Oh, but this is in a different area. No, you fucker. It's just signs there.
There's more and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye, but the God more and more every year. When did you join the guard? Best turn around if I were you.
Yeah, don't mind
I
me.
cannot enter.
No, I pressed it once and...
He's mine! I'll take it! Die, vermin!
Shit.
We have to die, vermin!
Now I'm gonna get that defense skill next. Take it. This is where I'm meant to
Whitechapel.
go.
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Large box of pills. Okay, let's try and find this guy wherever he is.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert, stop it!
Oh. Who's this guy? Where's it come from?
It's locked, all right.
Where's that gunshot come from?
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
I'm pretty sure that's the guy killed.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I'm perfectly fine, thanks to my miraculous elixir. You, on the other hand, look pale and tired, Doctor.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're
What is selling? Listen to component. Get 5 of those. Sorry about that.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
This is despicable.
It's that gunshot I heard before.
All your problems. As long as you have the money.
Just want to go back and try going the other way and see if that's where the shot was heard from.
Me? I'll not die in some piss stink.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. If she's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Goodbye, young man.
Me? I'll not die in some stinking alley drinking worse than a week-old lappy.
I think
How
he's
are you,
sick.
boy?
I'm not your boy.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Fid.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Alright, that's where the shooting from, so...
When science fails you, this elixir will
What?
give you...
Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I will see you later.
Don't have any.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy he just frayed me last nerve.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir.
Damn
Goodbye
straight.
for now.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even
Me?
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right?
Goodbye, young.
Wet boots will be proud of me.
Alright, now let's just do this mission now. essentially. So where are we headed? Just over here. I'll go that way. Who is this over here? Swear I just saw a door. Yeah. Is that her? I didn't get a good look. Yeah, Dorothy Crane.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I
Yeah.
must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Where are you going? What are you doing?
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
So that's why I closed
Yes.
all body in that.
I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church.
Maybe she's cutting
I
up
swear he
bodies,
is
I don't know.
tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Alright. Where is it? Vampyr. Where is he? Come, your ass is mine. Oh, it's not a werewolf.
Listen, boys. Don't forget to check every room.
Where am I meant to go? I guess it's... Guess I do have to go this way then. I'll just wait for that to refill and then I'll do it. Hold on, man. Sorry about this, I'm just... I'm back, sorry about that. Alright. Shoo! Get out of here.
Check every room. Every door.
How could they not see those fucking creatures over there unless they're working with them? You know what I mean?
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
May I ask
What do you do around here? You...
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
I think
Goodbye,
that's
Mr.
everything.
Peterson.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Nope.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Oh, that's good again.
How is business around here?
Business? I had no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean, besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
You again?
Let's just talk to you.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
You are a criminal who
down.
endorses criminal activity. The least you could do is stop hiding behind this pretense.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Goodbye, Mr. P.
Oh, this is getting interesting.
You... Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a Decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Goodbye for now. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me, then? Okay, then. Come on in. I'm a Harry, by the way. Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem
to know
happy
who this guy
with my
is.
channel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around you. Does this look like a nice place to live?
You have a roof over your head, a place to call home. Many people here are not as lucky, you know.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even consulted when we moved here.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... well, you know.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Oh, that's his dad. Oh, okay. It's kind of getting lost. I was like,
have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Goodbye, young man.
oh, what?
So,
I'm not bothered.
Let's see.
do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do.
Do I have any? No.
Goodbye.
Even my dreams.
Christ, this guy's depressing. It kind of looks like him, doesn't it? Barrett Lewis looks like the other one. Professional vampire hunters. If you ever suspect someone to be a vampire, don't try to kill it yourself. You have no chance. Instead, contact me or try to inform a professional vampire killer. These men and women are rare, but they know what to do against these evil creatures. It even seems that some of them were working together under the name of the God of Priwen, from a paramilitary organization dedicated to the eradication of the vampires in London. They are your friends. You are not alone. Solutions exist. Be smart. Spread the word. Clarence Crossley. For more information, please contact me directly.
It's locked, all right.
I'm just going to end this video here. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Turtle Gamer Junkie,